Alright, so this video is for anybody who maybe has never cooked before and maybe wants to get into it and try to start cooking your own food. Or maybe it's for somebody who has cooked before, but maybe you can find another way to cook faster and better and make it better than last time. So we're going to be making chicken today, just chicken breast, air fried chicken breast. And then the best thing you can do is start to do things for yourself. Don't ask others, just do things for yourself, and that includes cooking. So if you never cooked before, I highly recommend you give this a try. It's super simple. Hopefully I want to make it really easy for you. So yeah, check this out. This is going to be chicken prep 101. Alright, so really all you're going to need is a really good knife. I like to use a big one, and a hammer, because we really like to tenderize our chicken. If you flatten it down and make it all even, it's just going to cook better and you're going to get a better outcome in the end. Always make sure you have a sharp knife. That's going to be the number 1 key, is just to keep a sharp knife, because it makes it so much easier when you're cutting the chicken if you have a sharp knife. Alright, let's go. Super sharp. It's just how we want it. Alright, so this is the stuff we're going to want to cut off. All this white fat and everything right here. See, I don't really like this at all, so I'm just going to cut that off. And one thing you will notice about the chicken is you'll cut off the same pieces basically on every chicken, because every chicken breast is about the same. I like to cut off this little fat piece and just kind of notch it out. And cut this side piece off. And that's basically it. That's how you want it to look, just like that. One thing I do like to do though, since these are kind of big, I'll always cut them in half. And then I'll take the tenderizer, and call it the hammer, and flatten them out. You get a much better outcome if you get your chicken nice and flat like this, as opposed to leaving it more chunky, kind of fat like that. So this is my number 1 tip to do with your chicken breast, is just to make sure to tenderize it. Get yourself one of these hammers. You can do it other ways. I've seen people take a plate and smash it between plates. I mean, that works. So whatever you got to do just to flatten that out a little bit. Turn it over. Cut this big old piece off. You can see here, we're going to cut this little notch out. Cut down this back side. Sometimes on the back side, if they don't trim it that great, they'll leave a little bit of bone fragment in there. So you're going to want to make sure to always rub your hand over whatever you're cooking like this, and just kind of feel it out and make sure there's nothing in there that sticks out to you that doesn't seem good. Alright, looks good. So this is a massive piece too, so basically we're going to cut it in half. And man, this is super simple to do, and honestly this is the worst part of the whole cooking process when you're making chicken, is cutting it down and tenderizing it. But if you do this and you get good at it, it turns into nothing. Boom. Basically all downhill once you get done cutting it up. You just start cooking it. That's the easy part. So here we're just going to cut this off. Cut this notch out. Cut the piece off the top. And then that's it. basically all you do. And guys, I don't claim to be no expert chef or anything. I'm simply just trying to show people and maybe an easier way to do it. This is the way that I figured out that works for me. The best, quickest way for me to make really amazing chicken that I can eat on a regular basis. And that's the main part of, you know, trying to live a healthy lifestyle is, you know, just cooking your own food and learning how to be able to eat the same stuff over and over. And by changing it up with the little things, even if it's just seasoning, when it comes down to seasoning, you can just pick different seasonings. You prep the chicken the same way, give it a different seasoning, and that's how you don't get tired of it. So we'll cut this notch out. So definitely not a pro. I'm just trying to show people maybe a way to do it. Maybe somebody's never cooked before. Maybe they'll watch this video and decide to go cook for the first time, you know, and fall in love with it. You never know. That's how I think. Boom, and that's it. Chicken's done. Alright, and that is the first major step completed. You should have a mound full of chicken that looks something like this. Perfectly ready to cook and season however you like. So let me figure out what kind of season we're going to use. Alright, and before we season our chicken, we're going to go ahead and get our cooking source heated up. Today we are going to be using the air fryer. I love this thing. I use it all the time. It cooks the food really well. It's very versatile. You have all these different cooking styles you can do. Max crisp, air fry. Alright, today I'm going to just use air roast. I'm going to roast these chickens up. It's going to be awesome. We'll set it for 390 air roast. And the one thing I learned about the air fryer is all these different settings. The only difference on them is how fast the fan on the inside blows. So there's a fan inside here that blows a ton of air. You can probably hear it. It's spinning. But yeah, so just depending on the setting, it's just depending on how fast that fan blows. But this thing is awesome. I've done air fry before. I've fried fish in here without even putting it in oil. Just batter up some fish, throw it in here. It actually comes out pretty dang good. So these are awesome. So we're gonna let this preheat for a few minutes before we throw our chicken in. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start seasoning these. One of my favorite seasonings to use for chicken is Slap Your Mama. This stuff is awesome. I feel like whenever I get done cooking it, my chicken tastes like some kind of like Popeyes or, I don't know, Kentucky Fried Chicken or something like that. So this stuff is awesome. I do like the Cajun one. I will recommend though to keep it light at first because this stuff is pretty spicy. So I try not to coat it too much. It just gives off a really good flavor. And then that's about it. Just keep it light the first time. Unless you like spicy, you can go ahead and add a little more. Alright, try to get them nice and fully coated though, at least. Look at that, that's perfect. We just ran out too, so we'll be having to go back to the store to get some more. Alright, it should look something like that. The air fryer's been heating up for a little bit now, probably 3 minutes or so. Whoa! Alright, we're back. Okay, so the air fryer's been heating up for a couple minutes. One thing I will highly recommend doing before cooking is give it a spray. And we're just using some non-stick vegetable oil. That's it. Alright, so it's nice and hot. We're just going to take our chicken over here and just drop them in. Look at that, hear that sizzle? Try to get them over nice to the edge. You don't really want to overlap them too much. If they do a little bit, it's fine. But look at that. Uh-oh. That's good. I'm going to just stick it back in there. Alright, so we're going to set the timer for basically 10 minutes, which is what it was on. And we'll check it throughout that cooking time, and we'll flip it over here in probably about 4 or 5 minutes. And we'll go from there. We're on the road to cooking some really good food. Let's go. Alright, so for some of the yard bird right here, I'm going to season it with another one of my favorites, Frank's Red Hot Original Seasoned Blend. This stuff is awesome. I love Frank's Red Hot. I put that on everything. And on this stuff though, I drench it in this stuff. I coat it really, really well. This stuff needs a good coating. So don't be too worried about over coating this one. I like to get it really, really coated up. And this chicken really absorbed this kind of powdery like seasoning, and it comes out amazing. It tastes like you're eating chicken wings, but it's really just a chicken breast. So that's how you're gonna continue to eat it. You gotta make it good to continue to eat it. Alright, we're gonna leave it just like that. We'll wait on these other ones to get over here done cooking. We're about to flip these, and then we'll get these cooking. Alright, we're at half the time, so let's pull these out. Look at that. Ooh. Let's go ahead and flip these bad boys over. Nice. And honestly, guys, most of the time when I'm cooking, I honestly don't. Let's put it back in there. Boom. We'll let it go for a few more minutes and we'll check on it. We don't want to overcook it, that's for sure. But a lot of the times, honestly, when I'm cooking, I've done this so much that I normally don't even time my food when I'm cooking it. I can just kind of tell by how firm it is when you poke kind of the middle of it, how firm it is, whether if it's done or not. If it's really firm, it's probably overcooked. If it's kind of squishy in the middle, it's probably still needs a little bit of cooking. But that's something you'll kind of figure out as time goes on. You'll just figure out basically how it's supposed to feel when it's done. So I call that cooking off instincts. Alright, so we still got a few minutes left on the cooking time over there. But I can tell these little ones right here, they're a lot more narrow or skinny than some of my other ones. I can tell this one's done, so we're going to go ahead and take this one off. We're going to take this one off too. We'll take this one off. But this guy, we'll leave this one on here for a little bit. It's still nice and juicy. But then this is a good time that you can go ahead and throw in your other ones. So go ahead and layer those in there as closely as you can. Probably leave it like that for now. Back in there with the buffalo ones. They're in there now. We started it back over at 10. It's down to 9 now. So we'll just keep checking it. We'll flip halfway through. We're halfway on these other ones here. So let's check these out. Ooh, look at these, man. Looks like a pizza. Chicken pizza, man. Look at that. This stuff is awesome. Ooh, it smells so good. And we just put that one in now, so we're going to leave it for just a little bit longer. It's been 10 minutes. Ooh, look at these. Look at that, man. Can't tell me that's not awesome looking chicken. Ooh. Wow, it's just falling apart too. Look at that. This one we're going to leave a little bit longer. It just got in there. Alright, so this is our final product. Check it out. Man, it looks good. Woo. And I like to make them, switch them up like that, make different kinds, because I'll get tired of eating one of the same flavor all week. Basically, what I'll do now is pack these up, and I'll eat these all week long. So you got meals basically ready to go, and it's good, healthy food that you cooked. You'll feel good about eating it. It'll make you feel good, you know. Alright, so that's it. We're basically done. I'm about to wrap this video up because I'm about to get eating this chicken over here. Woo. Anyways, thanks for watching. If anybody tries this, make sure y'all comment back and let me know how you liked it. Let me know how you cook your chicken, and let me know some seasonings that you like, because I'm always looking for new seasonings to use. I buy different ones all the time, and I'm going through them trying to find my favorites. So if you have a particular one, let me know what it is, and I would like to try it out. You never know, I might make my next video using your seasoning. So yeah, make sure you comment back and let me know how you liked it. See ya. Real quick, I was about to put this stuff up and cut this, and I was realizing I cannot close this video without the best part of actually cutting the chicken up and showing you how good it is and what it looks like. So check this out. Look at that. Look at this, guys. This is juicy chicken right here. I don't know if you can see how juicy that is. My goodness. It tastes so good. It's buffalo chicken. Guys, when you make chicken breast that tastes this good, you could eat it every day. And then, you know, sometimes that's what it takes. Eating good, clean food. Alright. You have to try this. I'm coming back and let me know how you like it. Later.